วัสดีท่านแขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะคะดิฉันจูนสาวิตรีโรจนพฤกษ์ในนามของบริษัทอนันดา Development จำกัดมหาชนขอต้อนรับทุกท่านเข้าสู่การสัมมนาในวันนี้ค่ะ Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the Ananda Member Club customers. My name is June Savitri Rojanapruk. It is my greatest pleasure and honor to be here as your MC for today's event. On behalf of Ananda Development Public Company Limited, I would like to wish you all a very warm welcome to the Real Estate Investment Seminar for Local Expat. Before we begin our seminar, allow me to present to you a short video presentation of our company's profile. Please enjoy.
Bangkok City, population 14 million, with only 4% of its urban area dedicated to roads, in comparison to other major cities, such as in London at 22% and New York at 24%. The kingdom's capital is renowned for the intensity of its traffic jams. With a staggering 1,072,040 vehicles pouring onto the road last year, the infrastructure is unable to cope with the sheer number of private vehicles. This lack of urban planning means the workers in the city each lose around 44 days per year on commuting alone. Traffic congestion snatches away valuable time and freedom from city dwellers, turning the hope for a vibrant urban lifestyle into a far-fetched dream. The major rising demographic in Bangkok is found in Generation C. These well-educated and well-informed young consumers with substantial buying power prefer to be in total control of their choices. Gen C value their hard-earned freedom above all else. This rapidly growing demographic is smart about their cash, holding financial capability in high regard. Rather than wasting their time and money on private transportation and its upkeep, Gen Z turns to the convenience of public transport and wants to spend their money on an investment that also empowers their lifestyle. At IDEO, our philosophy of live, work, play aims to give back the precious gift of time and turn unavoidable expenses into a worthwhile investment. IDEO condominiums offer a perfect location for mass transit traveling. Our units are at an average distance of only 160 meters to the nearest stations, reducing commuting time to a mere fraction. IDEO's aesthetics are the result of intense research on focus groups with the target market, blending urban lifestyles with space-optimizing designs while showcasing exterior architecture that matches the modern style Gen Z appreciates. The convenience of a cafe, banking services, and a 24-hour supermarket are right on their doorstep. IDEO's own property management team works to keep the properties in excellent condition, while our estate agents help make sure every buyer can maximize their investment. Ananda Member Club gives exclusive bonus incentives to its members. Club members and their referrals contributed more than 40% of sales in recent project launches. This strong brand loyalty helps our continuing success. IDEO is the ideal solution for urban living. Ananda launched its first IDEO condo in 2007. Since then, the company has launched a total of 18,809 buildings, totaling 27 units, making the company the clear leader in mass transit condo development and one of the largest condo developers in the country. In 2013, Ananda made the mass transit lifestyle available to even more people with the launch of its Elio value brand, providing the same Ananda quality and design at a lower price point by being situated a little further from stations than the IDEO brand. 2014 continued this track record of successful launches with the launch of 4 projects, 7 stations, which saw overwhelming demand. Ananda is the leader in the mass transit condominium market. Bangkok's mass transit system is rapidly expanding, which presents us with significant growth opportunities. With the government aiming to have a total of 254 stations by 2029, step by step, we are acquiring sites near every station to match the growth of the system. We will be wherever the stations are. Come on board with Ananda Development in our continuing effort to lead the market in providing quality urban living solutions.
A big round of applause, please, for the Urban Living Solution. And after this seminar, we would like to invite all of you to experience this wonderful solution with us with all our projects there at the booth. So now, ladies and gentlemen, to officially welcome all of you to our seminar today, allow me to welcome on stage the Vice President, Strategic CRM and Marketing Intelligence, Ananda Development Public Company Limited ขอเสียงปรบมือดังๆต้อนรับคุณสุธีศรีจิรารัตน์เรียนเชิญท่านค่ะสวัสดีค่ะ
Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for coming, and thank you, Kun Jun, for a lovely introduction. I would like to officially welcome you all to our first seminar for local expat. Okay, and today we've got great speakers. You know, I've talked to them this morning. They're great. So hopefully we all can get something out of this seminar. So we'll see you in a little bit.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin our seminar. Okay. Today, we are very honored to have here with us two guest speakers. Allow me to introduce to you the first gentleman. He's the MD of the Premier Home Real Estate Company Limited with over 30 years of both local and international property experience. Please join me in welcoming ขอเสียงปรบมือดังๆต้อนรับคุณ Clayton Wade สวัสดีค่ะเชิญเลยค่ะ The second gentleman joining us on stage is the Executive Director of Mr.Frank Chartered Thailand with 12 years of real estate experience. Please give a big round of applause to welcome Kun Frank Khan. สวัสดีค่ะ Please have a seat. Please have a seat, sir.
After you.
Thank you.
Ladies first.
Thank you. They are very experienced in this market because both of them can speak fluent Thai. พูดภาษาไทยได้ทั้งคู่เลยใช่ไหมคะ
คุยได้แต่ภาษาอังกฤษเก่งกว่า
พูดไทยไม่ได้นะครับ
โอ้โหนินทาไม่ได้เลย
จริงๆไม่ได้นะครับ
จริงๆไม่ได้
พูดเล่าได้
See, they are very experienced in all AEC. So first question for you gentlemen, how do you see the market right now?
No, I think better start Clayton.
Actually, as far as the outlook for the coming 2016, you could actually ask me. I'm very bullish on Thailand and ASEAN. You could ask me how things look for the next 10 years or 15 years. First of all, tourism. I think we all know the boom in tourism we've been experiencing for quite a few years now. I don't know how many of you realize that tourism in Thailand has doubled in the last 5 years, and tourism has tripled in 10 years. In 2005, we had 10 million incoming tourists. 2015, we had 15 million, and we just experienced 30 million. We've got infrastructure that's being laid out now. We're adding on to Suvarnabhumi. We're preparing for up to 85 million incoming, and they're expecting 60 million within 10 years. So tourism tells you a lot about what's going to be happening to our future. Also, something that a lot of people may not think about is agriculture. It may interest you to know that there's only 7% of the world's land area that's usable agricultural space. And out of that 7%, 3% right here in the ASEAN area. So we represent a huge amount of the agricultural interests and production for the world, which means a lot. Another thing with the overall ASEAN area and the future of this area and how things are going to look during the next year, we have 23% of the world is Muslim, 45% of the ASEAN area is Muslim. So we have a great business block with the Muslim community throughout the world. ASEAN also combined is one of the largest economic blocks in the world now. We're now competitive with all of the major economic blocks in the world.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have some concern about ASEAN also, that if we If we see about taxes, we already have a non-tax treaty with many countries, with Thailand to Singapore, Singapore to Cambodia, Cambodia, Thailand. So we already have this treaty with the taxes, but I want to see, this is my point of view for the business community who want to do business with ASEAN countries, how this treaty, tax treaty go with the EU, European Union, how ASEAN go penetrate into same way that we are in ASEAN with the taxes and other things, the flow of cash and everything, and flow of human resource, how we combine this together and integrate with European countries. It is very important because it is important for Thailand. I talk about Thailand, I represent Thailand. So it's very important for Thailand because Thailand has a very strategic location. It is a buffer in between Europe and Asian countries. We have 2 seas. We have lots of industries with us. We have lots of import and export and trading going on over here. And if we, ASEAN, do something, work hard to get some penetration into European community, so business people are sitting over here, Thai or foreigners, they will definitely get something out of it. We already have industries, corporate industries are coming already. We have biggest industry is Japan. Japan's are coming already and they're putting the industries. ASEAN is not putting that much effect on it because this is Thailand is a very strategic location, so everybody is coming and putting industries, everybody coming and putting together their businesses for import, export, trading and everything. So my concern is how we penetrate into European markets, how we benefit to you guys, how somebody come up and put this together, because you understand there's a 622 million people in ASEAN. And I think you have a great point when you were mentioning to me about the people, how the people in.
Yeah, when we talk about ASEAN community, there are 10 countries in ASEAN, right? We all know about it, but the question comes whether, the population in ASEAN, are these quality customers? Are they quality people? Meaning that, how is their income? If you look, in terms of number here, you can see that, ASEAN community alone has about 622 million population.
Exactly.
If you look at the size alone, we're just behind China and India. But if you carefully look into the data, you can see that in ASEAN countries, we all earn 3 times as much as those of the Indian people. Although they have a lot of population, but, the ability to spend is very different than that of the ASEAN. The ASEAN earn on average about 170K per month. You might not think that's a lot, but they're spending 20,000 a month.
They're good
because they're actually, building their lives. They're the new generation, and it is predicted that, ASEAN economy will be the 4th largest in the world within 10 years.
Yeah.
Currently, it is the 7th largest in the world, and I believe third largest in Asia, just behind China and Japan.
And you just mentioned new generation. We're a very, very young population as well, aren't we?
Exactly. Over half of Asian population are under the age of 30.
Oh, Generation C that we saw on the
Gen
VTR.
Z, exactly.
Gen Z.
And we are not including in it, so.
Maybe not you, but me.
We're still all in Gen Z.
We're not talking about you. You're 18, that's okay.
So what are the opportunities here in Thailand?
The opportunities are immense. I mean, first of all, of course, property is one of the first things people look at, and that's why we're all here today. The growth in property and property value has been tremendous. We've had a good run of almost 15 years in quite a few areas around Thailand. There's great opportunities in Phuket, Hua Hin, Eastern Seaboard. Chiang Mai has been really developing for some time now. I think a good 2-3 years. They've been doing really, really well. But of course, Bangkok is the star in opportunity for property development.
Go
I think I want to add a little bit more on the AEC. You know, if you look at all the 10 ASEAN countries, you know, this graph right here, you know, Thailand ranks the third among the most attractive country for investors. And to be honest, if you look at the map right here, we're strategically located at the center of it all. You know, we're connected to Burma, Laos, Cambodia, and southern border. We have Malaysia. Yeah. Right, we're right at the center of it all, you know, and the Chinese government, you know, and also the Japanese government, they're trying to connect, you know, they're trying to use Thailand as a center, as a distribution hub, you know, of transporting goods and services across all the ASEAN countries. That's why you're seeing they put a lot of investment onto the road. You know, north-south corridor on the west side, it belongs to the Chinese, you know, and north-south corridor on the east side, the Japanese are taking care of it. So
we have seen, I'm sorry, we have seen in real estate, because I'm from the real estate sector, and we have seen tremendous growth in the industry sale from last 2 years. Amazing sales in the industry, and all on the eastern seaboard, Clayton, your area. Sriracha, means the Lamchabang, all these areas are like, we are selling industries a lot in our capacity. And these, mostly Japanese are coming, but now we have seen that Chinese are starting up, Taiwanese are starting up, Singaporeans are starting up, European countries are starting up. So industries, we did a best business from last 2 years. So if it is just because of, I think just my point of view, the infrastructure is a major role in industry. When you come and you want to put the industry in, the infrastructure is a major thing. And if you see around your country, our country, so we see that other countries, that Vietnam and other, they want to boom up their industry because they're cutting down their labor costs. But infrastructure, they can't get it till now, the infrastructure that Thailand has. And this industries will go up, and ASEAN for sure is putting up the things and efforts to, this country will boom up on the industry side also.
It's interesting you brought up industry, because a lot of people don't realize just how much the industrial sector has to do with the development of properties.
Sure.
And for example, on the eastern seaboard, we're virtually surrounded. We've got the deep seaport in Lamchabang, Maptaput. On the eastern side, we've got the industrial states, BMW, Ford, etc. So it's very obvious in that area that it's highly industrialized. In Bangkok, you have so many varieties of industry and commercial businesses, so it's not so obvious, but it's just as strong in Bangkok. And again, if I may sell a little bit here, property.
Yeah, please go ahead.
For those of you looking to buy property, don't discount the industrial sector, because the industrial sector drives a lot of property development and property sales. Those of you that are looking to invest in properties to rent out, this is something to really look forward to. And the industrial growth is just going to keep booming and booming and booming. BOI has been super busy for a number of years now, and there's still more people coming in. We have our little troughs and dips and things in some of the outlying areas, but the industrial sector is doing very, very well.
Clayton is doing business in Pattaya, and in real estate we say 3 things are very important: location, location, location. In Pattaya, 3 things are important: entertainment, entertainment, entertainment.
I hope I'm entertaining you.
yeah, actually, last couple of months I went to Sriracha with my team, and to my surprise, you know, I've not been there for a long time. You know, I saw that there's a huge Japanese community.
Little Tokyo.
Yeah, little Osaka.
Yeah,
right?
that's what we call it on the Eastern Seaboard.
Yeah.
Sriracha has a little Osaka.
Yeah, 26% of Thailand's industry is Japanese investment. 26%. And the Chinese, I believe within 4 to 5 years, I think they're going to rival that, maybe even pass it up. So it's a huge part of the industry.
Because even I was walking down the street, you know, and people were talking to me, but they weren't talking to me in Thai.
Yeah.
They were saying, hey, hi, domo. They were talking Japanese, which I don't understand. Yeah.
The accommodations, short-term accommodations, service departments in Sriracha, they have queues. If you're looking for a one-bedroom, 3 months, 6 months, less than a year, you get in a queue. Some will have a queue of 25, 50, 60 names, all Japanese names. So the industrial sector is something to really keep an eye on when you're looking for investment properties, when you're looking for rental properties.
So where are the opportunities? This is important.
I think opportunities that if you look at ASEAN, and you look at where Thailand is, you can see that Thailand is basically a hub for tourism, and medical tourism is coming along really, really well. If you look at Bumrungrad, who are the major clients, in Bumrungrad? You're not going to see a lot of Thai faces in Bumrungrad. Right.
Middle Eastern.
Yeah, Middle Eastern.
A lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you go to Simitivate Hospital, who do you see? Japanese.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So actually, as we're speaking, tourists and also business owner, they're coming to Thailand, and they're coming to invest. And another thing we're seeing is also on the automotive manufacturing. This is coming along just fine. And also Thailand is considered as a hub for agricultural business, as well as you had mentioned. We only have 7% of the world, which is good for agriculture. And ASEAN occupy about 40% of that already, and Thailand being a major player as well. Okay.
Maybe I can share an anecdote about the automotive industry, and again, I'm stressing this a lot because I've experienced over 20 years in the same building down on Jomtien Beach. We are a corporate relocation company, and my company brought in General Motors about 15 years ago. 15 years ago, when General Motors was first coming in, I had their first 53 executives, and most of them had 90,000 budget per month, okay, for their properties. So with the withholding tax, which we had to charge because it was a rental from the company, that came to 85,500 plus the 5%.
And the tourist arrival, this industry is okay, but the tourist arrival comes to Thailand is tremendous. Means we have seen that the Phuket airport is coming up, the new Phuket airport is coming up now, and it's just because of tourist arrivals are a lot, and the old airport cannot accommodate the tourist coming to Phuket. Number two, Suvarnabhumi Airport, they're putting together a couple of more terminals just because of this, that they are forecasting. They already announced, and they're going to do it, that they're going to put for sure one more terminal. And this is just because of this, the more tourists are coming. If you see coming to 7% up from 16 million to 32 million, it is a tremendous growth in the tourism. And this tourism, believe you me, if you go around in the whole ASEAN, if any Chinese tour, this Chinese means I came back from London last week, and I could not able to get to immigration for 1 hour because there's all Chinese queues are there. Chinese are buying their tour from Beijing, and their first stop is Bangkok. Always, because they always buy, first stop is Bangkok because they come to the budget tour, right? So come first Bangkok or Pattaya or Phuket. Then they go from here to Singapore, Singapore to KL, KL to Beijing back. If anything happened to your Bangkok, all countries suffer. Because obviously, first stop. Yeah. First stop means the first stop finish. Now, if they go straight to Singapore, costly, cancel. So that's why I was saying, logical reason is the strategical location of Bangkok, strategical location of Thailand, strategical location of your beaches, strategical location of your entertainment venues, strategical location of yourself, that you type of nation is nowhere in the whole ASEAN. So we are talking about that if something happened to Bangkok, close Bangkok, or people out on the street, the Singapore, KL, everybody suffer. So this is very important to know that Bangkok or Thailand is a very strategic location for tourism also.
Yeah.
Yeah, it truly is the hub of ASEAN, and together we're the gateway to Asia. And that's another thing. We've talked about strategic location. We've talked about infrastructure. We've talked about all of these benefits towards economic growth. But something that we don't talk about much is people love Thailand. People come here and they get a buzz. And they want to buy properties. They want an excuse to come back to Thailand. I see this over and over. They want to get an apartment or some reason where they need to come back.
I want to be naughty. They can get any other excuse than property also. They have lots of excuses. There's lots of excuses they can put.
A long list.
Long list.
They love the charm of Bangkok. They would want to come back again and again.
Yeah.
So when the government see this opportunity, are they doing something?
I think the government is doing quite a lot at the moment, and no matter what, they're trying to seize the opportunity. They know that ASEAN is coming, right? And they put, if you look at the numbers, more and more investment are on the infrastructure side. A lot of investment. If you look, 66% of the investment from the government go to the railway.
Wow.
And this is connecting the whole countries together. Not just Thailand, but connecting other countries.
The countries beside
Yeah,
us.
yeah, that surround us. And fortunately, we are at the center of it all. Being in Bangkok, you get 22% of the government budget. 22%, that's huge. To me, that's huge.
Sure.
That's a lot of money. Sure. And where does all this money goes to? Is to build the mass rapid transit. Basically the railway, whether or not it's the high-speed railway, double rail track or monorail, government is doing something. And if you see, whether or not it's the people elected government or whether or not it is the coup government, they all pursue the same mission. There's not been a change in policy regarding the mass transit system.
So with this investment, 1.8 trillion,
Yeah.
who do you think will benefit from this? Which sector?
Which sector? I'll leave it to you.
Absolutely. First of all, I mean real estate. Whenever you have infrastructure being built, we're going to see a little bit later, we're going to have some photographs of old Bangkok.
It's right there.
Are they up
It's
now?
right
Very
there.
good. Good timing, huh? When 100 years ago, in the 19th century, when Bangkok was developing all of its canals and things in its waterways, we were talking earlier about this, what it did to industry. Well, this same effect is going to happen with all of this new infrastructure that's coming in now. And another thing I wanted to mention, when you see a government putting so much money and emphasis into infrastructure, and particularly transportation, what do? You get China and Japan coming down the road with oodles of money, and investing with us because they want to get their products into our system as well.
So, in this room, who has seen the very first picture and been into this boat?
I was born a few years after that.
You born here?
No one would admit they have seen it. They'll say, no, I just saw the last photo.
Actually, I was talking to my parents. This was a while back, and they were telling me stories of the past. Okay, they were saying that